Welcome to the Creep Tales episode number 3 of The Shocking Encounter. So I got in a rush on the opposite end. It was the voice of my neighbor, Al. He inquired as to whether I realized that man hanging out before my home. I got out, "Whatever are you discussing?" He advised me to head outside and hung up. I found it madly strange, the manner in which he'd simply hang up. Suddenly appreciate that Gian's face. When I told her what Al just said was a look of dread. She said, "Don't go out there." I said, "I'm about to peer through the window." I went first floor and moved the drape a digit to watch out to the front yard. There was certainly nobody remaining external. I opened the front entryway and afterward the Tempest entryway and ventured out to the front stoop. I glanced around and investigated the shrubberies directly before the house. No one so. I got somewhat irritated at the possibility that Al would call us this late on a work night, and furthermore understood a tad bit of character. For him to do that, I hit the sack and let Gianna know that nobody was out there, and Al was presumably screwing with us. She was similarly as confounded by that. As I was, it just felt odd. She advised me to call him, thus I did. Yet it rang and went directly to voice. Message, so I left a voice message saying hello. Al, what was that call about? Call me in those days. The telephone rang. It said obscure guest. Again I got, and it was Al, again saying, before I might really say anything, "Go external. There's somebody remaining external. You're home." He expressed it in a quiet, sluggish voice. Then he hung up. I got up and said, without holding back, "Okay, what in blazes is going on?" I advised Gianna to stand by here. I went ground floor and back to the window. I glanced through the shade, and this time I saw somebody standing right toward the finish of our walkway, where it met the walkway. He had a hood over his head, successfully covering his face to darkness. I was really shaken. I opened my entryway and said, "Outside, could I at any point help you?" The man just remained set up. I compromised him with calling the police, then the house. Telephone rang again. I shut the front entryway and went to the kitchen telephone, and this time saw the guest. ID showed my neighbor Al's number. I got, and Al said in a substantially more typical voice, "Hello, I just got your voice message." "What was that about?" "I didn't call you." I was so befuddled, I committed to him. He just called me 2 times, educating me concerning a man outside my home. He sounded considerably more confounded than me. Then, minutes after the fact, he said he doesn't see anybody outside my home. I returned out to peer through the window, and that man who was remaining external, my home, was gone. I requested Al let me know this moment, assuming this was a joke. And in the event that I figured out it wasn't, he wouldn't let me know we'd have an issue. Al guaranteed he was coming clean, and he's not some juvenile clown sort of fellow. He's an extremely serene, conscious individual. I needed to put him on speaker so GI could vouch for me that I wasn't going off the deep end, and that we did, as a matter of fact, get 2 calls from somebody who sounded very much like him. He did likewise, and put his significant other on the telephone to vouch for him in the end. What might he, at any point, truly express? However, with the exception of, it seems like somebody was tricking us, in the end, we got off the telephone. Yet I was no less shocked than I was before. I needed to return ground floor once again to hang up the ground floor telephone. Thus I looked external. Once again, the man was still no longer there. Not a single one of us might at any point sort out this unexplainable. Itaho. So guys, this is part 3 of the story. Hope you like that, and I'm sure you're waiting for the part 4. Make sure to subscribe the channel and push the bell icon for the